Recording in progress.
What's up, everybody? Saksham here. I hope my audio and video is coming all fine. Just give me a quick response. All right, so let's get started with today's session. Today we were about to read related to the reconnaissance methodology with the help of OSINT. And also today we are going to complete the setup of our DBWA. So let's get started with that directly without any further ado. And I would like to request you all to open up your Kali Linux machine and side by side, make sure you open up your browser as well, because today we are finally going to do some information gathering, which could be really good for everyone. Because in order to know that what is happening into the playground, what kind of pitch it is, so you need to understand that what are the conditions that you are playing in, which is why we do the information gathering. You should know that which technology that website is using, and these kind of things are there. So today we are going to explore them all. So let me just open up the curriculum, the amount of content that we have covered so far. And if you have doubts, then definitely we are available for the Skype sessions as well. So from my records, I think we have completed the welcome to the world of penetration testing. We are also done with setting up an environment. Linux fundamental crash course is also completed. Core fundamentals for web pen testing, we have completed this. We have completed this yesterday only, and also the complete burp suite module training is also done. So these are the modules that are done from my part, and I believe that these attacks like brute force, insecure session management, I guess we are also done with insecure session management. That is also the other name of insecure JSON parsing. And these attacks will be completing around 4 to 5 attacks in a day from the next week. So make sure you keep all your machines and everything super ready out there. So today we are going to get started with the reconnaissance methodology. That is also a little bit of theoretical part, but now you'll be able to understand that what we are actually trying to find out from the different things out there. So today we are going to talk about the DNS records with the virus total, and this with the help of this DNS record, I was able to crack Harvard's bug that you must be seeing into a lot of ads that we have cracked Harvard and these kind of things. So why we have done, how we have done that, we are also going to talk about that in this session. And then we are also going to do the reckon of HTTP status. Also, we are going to talk about the subdomain enumeration. Aquatone, we are going to keep it for the last one. And then we are going to talk about the Shodan. Shodan is one of the most famous search engine, but it is not much useful from my eye. But still, I'm going to teach you what exactly is included into the Shodan, because into the Shodan, you don't do the security audits for these kind of corporate purpose, you don't use Shodan much, but you definitely use the directory brute forcing. We can also talk about the Wayback Machines. These Wayback Machines will help you in getting the bug bounties sometimes, and also the certificate transparencies, Vaporizer, Netcraft. So this is all what we are going to complete in this session. And also I'm going to teach you in this session that how we are going to set up our testing environment for the web attacks basically. And then for the next 4 to 5 weeks, I'm just going to take the web attacks. So this much of the web attacks that we are about to cover, it is going to be till here, advanced CSR. So it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Around, I believe you'll be able to, gather around more than 20 attacks. And side by side, I'm going to give you some extra attacks too. So without any further ado, let's get started with the reconnaissance methodology that we have been talking about from quite a long time. So there are some domains that I'm going to use, which anybody can use for the practice purpose only. And the best is vulnerweb. So vulnerweb stands for vulnerable web application. So you can see it's right here. You can see a lot of applications are right here. Now I'm pretty sure that it must be making to you a lot of sense that how Jinx is here, and Apache services, ASP, MySQL, SQL services, Apache, PHP, MySQL, and these kind of services are right here. But right now we are going to do a quick information gathering, and the easiest way to do the information gathering on a very basic level is, of course, we all know about it, that is domain whois. So domain.whois is quite famous for that. whois.com/whois, and not this one, I believe. This is not what I prefer. Here it is, whois.domaintools. Okay, so into this lookup, this is a very basic level of lookup that you can do for any website. By this website, if somebody haven't yet installed any kind of like you can say the advanced certificate for maintaining the privacy, then you'll be able to see all of your details. For example, I believe I've created this website like a lot of years back. I don't know if it is still active. Let me just have a look at that. And yes, this is the website that is still active, I believe. Yes, it's still active. I made this long ago, long back ago, when I was also working as a freelancer. Okay, so the thing is, I'm going to put this into the whois lookup, the link of this website, and let's see the kind of records that we are about to get in here. So this is how I usually reach out the people when I want to get their email IDs as well, because even the email IDs that are associated with this email are also gonna be listed right here. So you can see the registered name is mine till now. It's Saksham Chaudhary right here. The country is also defined, that is India, and how it was registered. It was registered onto the public domain registry.com, and this domain is like 2,100 years old. It was created in 2016. Like I told you, I created this really long back. It is going to expire in 2022, last updated. And this is also some of the other information, like yesterday we had a word about how you can gather and make things out of the name servers as well. So you are going to get the name server details as well right in here. And also you are going to get the contact address, and these kind of things are also available right here, though this number and everything is not at all active anymore. It was active like 4 to 5 years back, so there is no use of this for me right now. You can also get the IP address of the website. So if you're gonna go ahead and try to ping it up, because a lot of people have been asking, sir, how do we get the IP addresses of the domains? So yes, domain tools are right here for you. So let me go ahead and open up my command prompt, so you can just check if this website is active or not. The website name is whois.domaintools.com, and let me go ahead and ping on this. So if I go ahead and ping on this, I'm getting a successful reply from them, which means this website is active and their servers are active as well. Okay, so yes, Prateek, you can check out the URL that is clearly displayed here. It's whois.domaintools.com. You can try it on any website because, gathering the information is never a crime. So you can, I just took one example. You can try it on VulnerWeb. For these kind of things, you can always try VulnerWeb. Okay, and also you can see the IP location is from Maharashtra and IP history. And there is one thing that I usually tell you people that you should not go into the shared hosting, but you can see right here that along with the IP address, it also says that 305 others websites are also hosted on this domain. So there are high chances that this could get vulnerable easily. And you can also see the server types. Server types is Jenks that we have been using in here. You have around 15 images and 52 links on this website. So these kind of things are also right here. You can see the name servers are, and everything is displayed in here. So this is a very beginner level of tool that we usually gather in order to find out that what kind of the records that are publicly displayed under the website. In some kind of cases, you can say, if we talk about a lot of investigations, you can say, then if there is any illegal activity going on in on any website, then this tool can help you out in order to gather that who is the owner of this website and how this is happening up. So into a lot of cases, it has helped me out as well when I used to work for the police departments in order to investigate into a lot of cases. A lot of time it has happens that people have been complaining about the illegal stuff that is going on onto their website. Also, another thing is that a lot of people who have been involved into some kind of illegal activities, they try to hack down your website and they put their own content on their website. This has happened a lot of times. So make sure you keep a good security of your website. Otherwise, even though you are not a criminal, but you'll be stuck in such kind of cases. Okay, so this is one thing, the very basic level. The number one tool is whois.domaintools.com. And as we can see that there are some other tools as well, and there are some other domains as well. One of them is Webalizer that we are going to read in some time from now. I'm really happy that we have all cleared up the fundamentals, so it will make quite a lot of sense to you from here. So let's go ahead and try to do the scanning of tesla.com as well. So we are not going to do that. We are going to, gather a lot of different things and different information, because this is the set of very basic information that we have received from whois.domaintools.com, where people usually hide their information in there. But what happens into the other kind of reckon, where we find a lot of different technologies out there, because when you'll go ahead and watch my video on how we have found the bugs on Harvard, it was also done with the help of HTTPS requests. So I'm going to hover you towards the two more very useful OSINT tool, that is virustotal.com. So into the virustotal.com, if you would like to put tesla.com, let's see what kind of results we are about to get from Tesla. So you can see that we are getting a lot of details of Tesla right here. First of all, when it was last updated, and also the status code right here. So you can see a lot of things are right here, and into the detail, we can see that the first submission and how they are, putting up the Sophos firewall, which is quite a famous firewall out there, how they are using Bitdefender, Comodo. These are all the cybersecurity related tools that the Tesla have been using. And this is the serving IP address of the Tesla, you can say. Amazingly, they are also using the Drupal cache technology. They have also displayed the SHA-256 encoder that they have been using out there. This is just to gather the information, Reconnaissance is all about just gathering the information, as much information as you can gather, because later on you think that what are the available information that is available to the hacker, you can say. So this is how they are going to shoot them up. So these are the different details that you are able to see this. And Drupal is a different kind of programming language, Prateek. So they have been using Drupal as well. So that is actually a framework. Okay, so now they have also, see, it's right here. Drupal 9 is what they have been using, right? And also you can see the keywords that they are using on their website. That is Tesla, electric vehicles, EV, electric cars, Elon Musk, and these kind of different keywords that they have been using under the meta tags of that website. And this is the information that we have received so far from the virus total, and into the community we are not able to see anything at all, right? So there is one more thing that reminds me from here that you can do from here is that you can check out the status codes, right? You gather the subdomain. Sometimes what happens that the domains are expired and they don't keep an eye on that. So there is a quick attack that I would like to teach you while doing the reconnaissance. That is done from the https status.io. Let's see if that is still there. So http status.io. https status.io. So I guess this was in the website. This was the website. See, they have got the similar domains. Only the difference is of single S. So make sure it is not https status, it is http status.io. So make sure you walk in here, and if I go ahead and check out the status, then let's see, we haven't yet got much of the things in here because Tesla is keeping its security high. But anyways, we are also going to try all of these things onto the vulnerweb.com in order to see that what kind of different subdomains are right here. So let's go ahead and try to catch it up with the help of vulnerweb.com. So if I go ahead and check the status, then I'm only getting this status code that is 200 right here, and also using the Jinx server. So likewise, you can also what you can do is that you can just check out that how you can find subdomains right there, and you can import that list over here, because importing the subdomains is also a very good thing out there. So we can try doing that with some different kind of tools like Sublister. Sublister is one of my favorite. So let's go ahead and jump onto the Kali and try the different methodology that is extracting the subdomains right there. So I'm going to teach you that how you can configure the Sublister into your Kali Linux operating systems, and then we are going to do the much more recon, because we are going to gather the subdomain details from the sublister, and then we are going to paste them back again into this https status thing. Seems like my Kali is hanging up a little bit in here. Let's wait for a few seconds till my Kali gets started. Okay, seems like it's here. Okay, so in order to import any tool from the GitHub, it's quite easy out there. So let's go ahead and try that. So these were the quick application-based tool. Okay, let's just complete the application-based tool that you can configure into your you can say the browser as well, and then we are going to move on towards the Kali-based tools, right? So I think that would be a greater approach. So we can just connect the dots later on all together. There is one very good add-on that I definitely use in all the cases, that is called as I'm just going to, this is Chrome, right? So I'm going to take you through that tool, and the name of that tool is Vapalizer. So this is also one tool that you should always keep as an add-on into your extension. So Vapalizer, I would directly go for the add-on for Chrome, and let me go ahead and try this. So this Vapalizer will actually tell you that what kind of technology this website is being used. So I'm going to add this to my Chrome extension. Let's go ahead and add this. And I believe I must be getting the Vapalizer somewhere in here. Okay, so I'm still not able to see the Vapalizer in here. I guess I'll need to restart. So let's go ahead and manage the extensions. Let's see, where is my webalizer gone? Okay, so now it has been added. Okay, so it might take few seconds in order to add this webalizer add-on. So now you can see it's right here. So I have taken it onto the upper tray. So let's go ahead and try to see that. Suppose again, if I open up this website, and if I try to figure out that which technology this website is using. So again, I'm going to go on to the Webalizer technology profiler, and I'm going to click on that. So let me just go ahead and see. So now you can easily figure out the CMS that they are using is WordPress. And the database that they have been using is MySQL, CDN hosted libraries. You have reverse Jinx proxy. You have some JavaScript library as well. You have used Google Fonts as well. So maybe they have, of course, the WordPress has been using PHP, which is why the PHP is being shown in here. Let's go ahead and try it for the ineuron.ai if that works in there as well. So let's go ahead and see that what kind of technology the ineuron is using. Though I know this, but yeah, definitely we are going to check that how successful our tool is right here in this case. So the webalizer could take few minutes in here. I think I should just go ahead and pin it up in here. Okay, so it has given us the 14 prompts. So the widget that they have been using is hello bar. They have also been using the Google Analytics. They are also using the Node.js. So maybe we can just, if I've been an attacker or I've been the one who could just test this website, then I must be using all the attacks related to React and Node. This is what I should do basically. They have been also using Google Tag Manager, talk.to. This must be talk.to, I believe. And they have been using Core.js as well, Next.js as well, Vercel as well. They have been using the Tailwind CSS as well. They have been using Webpacks and a lot of headless UI as well. So these are the things that they have been using. So maybe I can just check out that what exactly the hello bar is. The hello bar is a customizable notification bar that draws visitors to the important call. So what I could do is that I could just quickly find out that if there is any vulnerability related to hello bar. So let's go ahead and check out some of the, this is the methodology to do the bug bounty. You just get a clue, you hunt for it, and you can see that there are some vulnerabilities related to hello bar 1.4. So likewise, if they haven't yet updated, then it's still vulnerable. And likewise, you get the clue like this, that where actually you can put your hands on while finding the vulnerabilities and the bugs. So I just told you quick resources just now. The first one was VulnerWeb. That is the dummy website where you can do different kind of attacks and reconnaissance as a demo testing, because it is only meant for that only. So the first one is VulnerWeb. The second one is http://status.io, where you can check out the status of the different websites, you can say. And then you have this virus total, where you can gather more information. And also you have this that is named as domain tools, that is whois.domaintools.com. So basically, I think I should just list them down so that you can just keep an eye on them. This is also a very easy, lightweight session related to reconnaissance, because this is also a very good and easy task. So I'm going to list them down, and I'll make sure that I'll just attach this text file into, you can say, the dashboard, community dashboard. So virus total is also one of them. Okay, and after the virus total, I believe it's http status.io. So this is the one, and also you can also use VulnerWeb. for testing anything at all. So they won't hinder you for that. Okay, so these are the 4 resources that I have just now taught you. If you have any doubt regarding this, then feel free to ask, and then we are going to go further. So also, I should give you the introduction about the Shodan IO. This is going to be a quick class because we will quickly jumping on to the installation of our DVWA, which is quite easy out there, but it could be a little tricky if you are just going ahead and you don't know how to create a database with the help of MySQL in Kali Linux, which is why I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of that. There is also one more tool that is quite famous out there, which is why we have added this into our module, but we don't have much use of it. So basically, it's related to the IoT based. It's an IoT based search engine, Shodan. So you find a lot of vulnerable machines in here. So for example, if I go ahead and look for CCTVs, then you'll find a lot of vulnerable CCTVs. Like you can see, there are a lot of vulnerable CCTVs out there in the market. One of them is from Mints Technology Private Limited. It is wide open CCTV. It is from India only. So that's really a bad thing if they are getting listed over there. You can find a lot of open routers as well that are from Indonesia, Argentina, Thailand, and Cambodia, Colombia. So people sometimes use this kind of search engine to go ahead and reach into somewhere's the IP address, or maybe the open CCTV ports, or the vulnerable machines, and these kind of things. You can see a remote code execution vulnerability is existing in here, but still they are not patching it up down. But the reason why I don't recommend Shodan.io much, because it is not of a much of use into the corporate practices, because you're not yes, it is legal to display such kind of information out there. That is why Shodan.io is running, because different countries have different kind of policies about what they want to serve, but they don't have policy that who all can access it. So which is why Shodan.io is still active. So I was telling you the reason why I don't recommend Shodan.io for the corporate practice, because whatever you're going to search here onto the Shodan, it is going to come up in an open way, which is something that you really don't want to do with your client, because your client's website or maybe his systems are definitely not going to get listed in Shodan.io. So for the corporate purpose, it is not of a big use. You can also find a lot of Windows 10 vulnerable machines as well. So this is just for your practice, and in order to go ahead with a lot of kiddish things related to finding some open machines out there into this world. So this is the gateway for that. So we have found another company that is called as Proline Data Tech Services Private Limited, that is also being listed into India. So you have like Windows 10 server, and I'm pretty sure they must be having some vulnerability, which is why it is listed in here. So you can see that they have the MS SQL server running up onto this machine, in which they have also given up the IP address. Now you know what exactly the TCP is. The open port is 1433. So maybe now you have the IP address in here, that is 103.68.38.181. and the open port is 1433. So you can check out the exploits related to this open port 1433, and maybe you can exploit it. But again, this is not of any use. You're not going to get any reward for doing that. You're not going to get anything at all for doing that. So which is why I don't take these things very seriously. That is Shodan.io, though people are talking about it quite a lot. You can also explore a lot of countries in here. Maybe you can just target India, any individual country if you want to go ahead for that. You can also do the scanning on the basis of ports. Like you can see, this is a quick analysis about the vulnerable machines that they have been listing on Shodan.io. So they have the most vulnerable machines that are listed on Shodan.io are from USA. You can go ahead and check out that what kind of different machines that have been there. You can sometimes we say that this exploit, because we have been we will read what are the different exploits responsible for the ports. So you can also do the port scanning in here. But this is not the actual port scanning. This is the port scanning of the public people out there that are available out there in this world. So you can find out the open ports as well in here, because like I told you that because of some ports, the services are opened up, and therefore the port has to open up as well, obviously. And then, you can just go ahead and find out that suppose if you're practicing on some kind of like MS 1701 port and these kind of ports with the eternal blue exploits and these kind of exploits, you can find the open ports in here as well. You can find out the top organizations as well. You can find out top products as well, like Microsoft or somebody is hosting MS SQL server and these kind of servers. You can find out the IP addresses of them too. And you can find out the complete operating system as well that are exploitable in here. Windows 10 Home Edition, Pro Edition, these kind of things. This much of machines are being listed. So this is just for open practice and open fun. So which is why I don't recommend Shodan.io, but yes, you should just have a knowledge about it, which is why we have gathered this in here. So I'm just going to quickly copy this and paste it into one of the another resource. Okay, so I've just now told you 5 resources which are good enough for the information gathering. Now you can just figure out that which technology they have been using, and what are the different things that they can do, what kind of status codes have been running out there, and these kind of different things you can do with this kind of reconnaissance methodology. And also let's go ahead and try to configure some of the tools that can be used inside the Kali Linux. You can just configure them from the GitHub. So let's go ahead and jump onto the Linux, Okay, so we have got this question that why vulnerweb don't use SSL. So vulnerweb is deliberately a vulnerable domain, you can say, which is why I've just given you vulnerweb on to the testing purpose only. And that vulnerweb is active just for the testing purpose only. So you don't take that seriously. There is one more thing that I forgot to tell you, that is Netcraft. We are done with Webalizer. Wayback Machine is also a good thing. So let's complete Netcraft and Wayback as well, because there are also some good tools out there. So let's go ahead and make you walk through about from the Netcraft. So let's just go ahead and figure out if Netcraft is still working. I used to love it quite a lot. So let's go ahead and check out the URL in here. So this was not the link. I'm going to search for the DNS and I'm going to check out the tools as well. Okay, so in order to find the DNS, you can just find the subdomain as well. And you can list the directories as well. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a quick example of our demonstration website. So I'm going to go ahead and try this in here. So let's see the kind of results that we are going to get on Netcraft. I guess it is recently updated. It never used to look like this. So let's go ahead and let's get all the details that were listed into this drop down. Okay. So here also I'm getting a good amount of detail, but I'm getting some extra details as well. For example, there is someone in the USA where the server of this website is being, it is getting redirected from there. It is jumping up. It is called as a loopback IP actually, because it is jumping up again and again from US to Australia to UAE and India finally. Hosting browser sender, this is not what I was actually looking for. I guess they have listed that into the paid version. Earlier I was also able to get that what kind of different websites that are hosted on this same domain, you can say. So yes, it's definitely hopping. To the neighbor site, maybe let's go ahead and try to check this out. Let's wait for a few seconds till we get the results. Okay, so yes, this is what I was talking about though, because you can see the Linux operating system is what they are using. These are some of the results that my this website that we have just now checked on, that is Polo Inn and Suites. So on the same server, these websites are also hosted. BMITS and these kind of websites are also hosted onto the same server. So yes, these are the also things that you can take care of, because now you have increased a lot of parameters. You can say if the one website is vulnerable, then the whole server can also get vulnerable. And also you have found the different parameters where you can go ahead and attack over there. But don't attack it just now, because I'll tell you that what is the right methodology to start attacking. We haven't yet covered that how to attack on such websites and how to do a quick bug bounty, or you can say the penetration testing on that. So yes, Netcraft is one more tool that you should just go ahead and check out. And I believe after logging in, it will give you much better results. So this is one of the resource. This also reminds me of the Wayback Machine, because what happens is that sometimes you find the bug into the Wayback Machine, and in a lot of cases they are still accepting the bounties over there. So Wayback Machine is what I'm about to show you, because sometimes these links, a lot of older links are still active. For example, this is archive.org. So this will take you some time back of that website, and it will show you that how that website used to look like. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to explore for, let's say, Instagram or maybe Facebook. So let's go ahead and try for this website that says instagram.com. So instagram.com. Okay, so it's going to be INS here. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. And I'm just trying on big websites, but you don't try onto the big websites. You try onto the websites that are newly listed onto, you can say, the HackerOne. Make sure you keep a good eye on HackerOne. So I guess let's go ahead and grab the URL of Instagram and let's see. Oh, is Instagram down or somewhat like that? Because I'm pretty sure the URL is right. But anyways, let's go ahead and grab the URL. So let's go ahead and go for the browse history. Now you can see the whole calendar, basically, the whole calendar when it was launched till now. So you can just go back. You can see that the first version of Instagram was launched in 2010, and it was launched on 7th December, you can say. So you can just explore the quick screenshot of that. But later on, you can see that it started getting its good growth, and people started working on this daily, and onto the daily basis, it was getting updated out there. So even with the time, you can get these kind of screenshots in here. So if I click on one of them, then you can see the web page, or you can say live web page of that. So let's go ahead and wait for a few seconds till it loads up the Instagram page of 2012. So this is how the Instagram page of 2012 used to look like. So this is the snippet from 1st July. All the links are still available, and you can see it's 2012 Instagram is what it is showing up. So maybe you can explore a lot of dead pages in here that are still active in there. You can find a lot of these dead pages for Facebook as well. And to all the other websites, any other websites, all the snippets are usually taken care, of, the famous websites, at least the good websites are taken care from the Facebook. So this is how the Facebook is looking in 2022. But if we go ahead and check out the calendar of it, it is all functional. You can see all the links are still active in here. So let me just go ahead and check out the map of Facebook into my webarchive.org. Let's go ahead and let's jump it onto the calendar, basically. Okay, it's right here. So let's go ahead and see that how the Facebook used to look like. I'm just going to grab the URL because you gotta have to grab the right URL in order to put it in there. So if I go ahead and check out the facebook.com, then you can see that it is showing us the situation of Facebook starting from like 2000, where it was all started, 2001, 2002, and it was fully crowded in 2004. And I still remember the time when we signed up on Facebook, it was fully crowded till like 2007 and 8. So let's go ahead and check out that how Facebook used to look like in 2006 on February 2, somewhere around at 3 p.m. So let's wait for a few seconds till it loads up that page. So this is how you find the dead links, you can say. So how are you feeling looking at the old page of Facebook? So this is how the Facebook used to look like in 2006, you can say. A Mark Zuckerberg production is what it is written here. And jobs and all the information is right here. So maybe you can find out some dead links and you can try to get the bounty out of them. Because suppose if your database is vulnerable on this page, just in case if your database is vulnerable on this page, then they'll have to they'll have to fix it anyhow, or maybe they'll have to stop the access of getting the database access from this Wayback Machine, because that is a big vulnerability. If I get the data anyhow by the attack that are related to the server based, or maybe that are related to the database based, then this could be a really brutal for them. So this is the use of Wayback Machine. Even I have found some of the bugs using Wayback Machine. So that is a really good technique out there. But usually the bugs that are related to the database, getting the unauthorized access of the data, or if it is giving an impact onto the server, these kind of attacks are only allowed onto the Wayback Machine, because if you are going to find the accesses and these kind of attacks onto the Wayback Machine, then it is definitely not going to hinder their product anymore, which is why they'll be least concerned and they won't be giving you the much bounty out of it. But yes, for the higher level of attacks, this is a gold mine, you can say. So this is one more resource that I would really like to list, and this is one of my favorite one because I have won the bounty because of this. So I would like to list you for that. And I've also found the bounty because of this virus total as well. So do you want me to explain that how I have, got this bounty from this virus with the help of virus total and https status.io? Right. All right. So I'll show you a quick methodology. What happens? What happens like, sometimes like there are some subdomains that are listed over there. And for example, this is a sub.harvard.com. I'm just giving you a quick theoretical example because later on we are going to learn that how you can exploit this. So suppose this is sub.harvard.com and this is a harvard.edu maybe. And then later on, the owner realize that they are not using it anymore. So they plan to switch this domain off, right? And suppose they have hosted a lot of information in here. They have kept some file storage in here, right? So into the sub.harvard.com, they have kept some kind of file storage in there. And what they do, like I tell you, that into a lot of SaaS based products, like when you use a lot of SaaS based products, you use the CNAME records, like the canonical name records. And suddenly this domain is like inactive. Like I'm gonna use the .edu here as well. So certainly this domain gets inactive because the owner decided that he's not using it anymore, and this they are gonna switch it off. So what happens that you can find if the domain is available on GoDaddy or maybe on Hostinger, or you can find out if that domain is still active or still that is available to buy. If you get the chance to buy that domain and with the Wayback Machine or by the sublister, if you figure out that there is some subdomain that was pointing out towards some other CNAME record, then you can do that manually as well by purchasing your hosting as well. Or suppose if you just active their subdomain, and change their canonical names by the CNAME records, then definitely that will be pointed again towards the SaaS based services that they have been using, right? So you can use those SaaS based services again, or maybe you can get their data by doing so, which is how we figured out that you can go ahead with the subdomain takeover vulnerability. You can just check out on YouTube section the computer guy Harvard vulnerability, and then you will realize that in that there I have given the very detailed information that I just go ahead and go onto the like http status.io, and I look for only 404 requests, 404 request, or maybe 301 request that is used for the redirection and these kind of purpose. And if they are showing me any of these requests into their subdomain, then I definitely jump onto it and I look for like the subdomain takeover vulnerability, right? So this is one of the methodology, but the whole story is still stuck because we still don't know that how to extract the subdomains name or the different different directories, you can say. And yes, I definitely use the VPN services as well, but I usually don't do anything that I want to hide myself under the VPN. But sometimes, yes, I definitely use the VPN because I'm mostly occupied onto the client's testing, or maybe just for like the bug bounty thing out there. But rather than using VPN, if you are going to go up into any kind of pen testing company, or if you would like to do the security audit for someone, then we use the proxies, right? So we are often used to purchasing the proxy. That is the most safe and the corporate way in order to start your pen testing. Go ahead and purchase a proxy, configure it, and then start doing your pen testing. Because what happens that your IP and these kind of things can change. For example, there is one proxy IP address. So what you will tell your client, you will tell your client to just whitelist that proxy address, right? So if that client will whitelist my proxy address, then maybe I can configure that proxy address into my system, or maybe into other system as well. So with the help of that proxy, my teammates can also do the security audits, and I can also do the security audits. And likewise, we can work as a team. We work as a team over the security audit, which is why I prefer using proxies rather than using VPN. VPN is just used to jump down your locations, which is also easily traceable these days, which is why I go for the different methodologies like Mac Changer, and I recommend using the Tor browser. And these are the ways by which you can stay anonymous. And also on top of the Tor and Mac address, if you are going to use proxy, then there's nothing that can track you down. So this is a quick tip that I've shared from my experience, but make sure you don't use any of this for any kind of illegal activity out there. Okay, so this was a quick enumeration that we do because with the help of these tools, first of all, this is the testing URL. This is like the testing URL. So this testing URL is what I've used a lot of places. So you can check out the information about the owner of that website. You can just check out the DNS records on VirusTotal. You can check out the status request, by which I've told you can figure out the subdomain takeover vulnerability. You can also check out the shodan.io, but not for the corporate purpose, like I mentioned sometimes back. You can just check out a quick site report from the Netcraft as well, in order to see that what are the other domains that are hosted on the same servers. And definitely you can go on to the web.archive.org to find the dead links from the old times, like I've just now mentioned. So after this, you can just use your sublister tool. So let's go ahead and jump onto my Kali Linux machine. The last thing for the reconnaissance, because these are the frequently used things, and you only need this much things only in order to get information. But though these things are quite heavy enough to run your brain about the parameters that you can go ahead and check out as a security auditor, just onto the web pen testing only, right? We have a lot of different reconnaissance tool for networking. For the networking, we have Nmap that we are about to read in detail. But right now we are completing the segment of web pen testing for upcoming 5 to 6 weeks. Then we are going to jump on to the port scanning as well and network scanning as well. That is the reconnaissance for these different technologies. Now you need to understand that you don't need to put cybersecurity as a whole in this course. We have divided this course into, the first of all was the introduction, then we have cleared up your basics so that any beginner can start. Then we have taken the segment of web pen testing that is going on right now, and then you're going to get the segment of network pen testing that will come up in some time. Then it will go up into the segment of system security, which is also going to be a very extreme level out there, because the web pen testing is the easiest one. So configuring the exploit is a really tedious task, but it can serve you a lot of money, because sometimes you get the contract to do the audit of all the security systems, or maybe sometimes when you have like 100 systems in a corporate place, or maybe when you have like thousands of systems in a corporate place, what you do, you just do the scanning of all those systems just from the one system, or maybe for you can put a lot of like 100 machines for one systems. So these kind of things can be done depending upon the compliance and the policies that your cybersecurity company is following. So we are going to read about that later on. But for now, let's go ahead and let's try to jump on to the sublister tool, which is one of the finest tool in order to extract a lot of subdomains, you can say, and the directories, you can say. And I'll also recommend more tools for listing out the directories as well, which could be good for you. So you can try them out later on as well. Okay, so you can find the sublister tool on, you can see, you can find the sublister tool on, okay, the proxy is refusing the connection. That's what I was thinking about. Just give me a few seconds till I make my network settings all right. So the reason I've been using this machine quite a lot without upgrading is I have some kind of testings going on, and I have some paid tools installed inside this machine. So which is why I've been using this quite a lot. Okay, so there are two lists. One is Subfinder and the second one is Sublister. I like both of them. So maybe Kalpesh has also suggested for the Subfinder and Sublister, both of them. So you can try both of them, but into the Sublist, I guess it was 3 in here. Sublister, yes, this was the Sublister. It's not ER, it's 3R. So make sure you go ahead and try this up. This is also a very good tool out there in order to find the subdomains. And what happens, when you'll just go onto the HackerOne, and when you'll try to track down the bounties, then make sure you read the instructions over there. Mostly what they do, they put the testing environment on some kind of subdomains, you can say, and then you'll have to find the bug on their subdomain only. So make sure you read the directions whenever you go ahead and try to hit down the bounty onto the HackerOne, because suppose into the earlier days, for example, it was Facebook. Like onto the facebook.com, you cannot find any bug. You cannot even put any attack on facebook.com. That is not at all allowed. But you can definitely do these kind of testing stuff on beta.facebook.com. Right? So all the big companies are putting up the testing environment on some kind of subdomains, you can say. So make sure you keep a good eye on that if you start the bug bounty thing on any kind of HackerOne platform. But right now, I know I haven't yet taught you much of the attacks, so that you can go ahead and find these kind of bugs. But in some days, we are definitely going to do that. Sublister was one of the tool, and the other one was Subfinder, right? So let's go ahead and find for Subfinder. I hope everybody must be knowing that how to clone anything from GitHub. Okay, so here is the URL for Subfinder. So like I haven't yet used Subfinder much, but this is the first time I've been using Subfinder because somebody recommended me that just now into the chat section. I use Sublister quite a lot, but I just want to tell you that, using any kind of tools is, any kind of tools is not at all hard. You just need to, go ahead and read the documentation, and you can just do the git clone of that, because this is just not the one tool that you can find on GitHub. On GitHub, you can find X number of cybersecurity related tools. So you keep a good eye on to the GitHub. It is one of the very wonderful place for these kind of reconnaissance tool, because every day they keep on coming, they keep on going. So this is what is happening out there, and seems like this is not loading up for me. I'm just going to reload it so that I can just git clone it. That's strange. No clue why I'm not able to git clone it. So maybe I'm going to zip it. Okay, you're going to get assignments from the next week, because I thought you haven't yet gathered much information till now in order to get your assignments done. But from tomorrow week, it is going to be the most technical detail and whatever you say. But the classes are going to be the little bit harder from the next week. Well, that's strange that I'm not able to extract the git clone for the subfinder. So let me go ahead and try for the private window. Let me go ahead and paste it. Okay, seems like I'm not able to gather this URL, so I'm going to write it manually. Give me a second. I'm about to write it manually. Okay. So let's go ahead and git clone it on our, let's do it on our desktop. So you have the option to git clone over there. You don't need to write it manually, but since I'm not, I'm just getting a buffer over there, because I keep on doing a lot of stuff over there into this attacker's machine, you can say, which is why it must be showing up some conflict. So I'm going to write the URL manually. So it's https://github.com/project discovery /subfinder .git. So let's go ahead and try to clone it up. Seems like it's right here. Okay, so it's here into my home directory under the folder name of Saksham. So I can see a lot of things in there. Maybe I just bring it up onto my desktop, maybe. So it must be right here. So let's go ahead and explore this new tool that we have just now discovered, that is called as Subfinder. Here it is. Okay, I have used this tool over the Tesla, I believe. And the interesting part about this tool that it is showing up with the license of MIT, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and jump on to the documentation. Okay, so I believe this is the documentation in here. So let's go ahead and clear up everything. So it is asking me, whenever you wish to use any tool, then I believe you should go ahead and try for the basic commands. That is subfinder.h. I believe that is for the help. So I'm going to go for subfinder-h. Seems like this is not working, or maybe I'll have to just let's see if we have any kind of py file or something like that. So maybe this has happened because we have not git cloned it. We have just